there anybody else who wishes to participate? I think you have an email with some commentary that you're going to go through.
Chairman, that is correct. There are no other individuals in our queue for tonight's meeting, but I did receive one email from a Mr. John Burry.
Okay, go ahead and read that, please.
First, great format, and even when, if this pandemic is over, you should consider continuing this way. Works for me. I have one general comment, actually an appreciation, and a couple of accountant questions at the end. I have been following and often coming to these meetings for about 15 years now, and has been mostly irritating, but I've never felt intimidated or that you were going to get back at me in some way. There were instances like Caroselli cursing me out at the end of a meeting where I may have pointed out is getting lifetime health benefits for himself. And there was that guy from Hillside, I black out on his name, Charlotte's boy, who physically threatened me at a music fest and made lewd remarks within my hearing about Tina Rena, but it never got to a point where I felt threatened for my safety. There were also smirks and snide remarks, basically juvenile, but I never once did I take them seriously. And I don't recall ever being prevented from speaking or told to shut up and sit down. The one time it was done by Sullivan to Bruce Patterson, there was an ACLU involvement and a token apology, which might have had something to do with it. However, after 3 meetings in Kenilworth, which gets no coverage and basically in a bubble, when I was trying to find out why campaign donors were getting millions of dollars fees and doing work for developers that taxpayers were paying for, I was slandered and shut down. I sent a mailer to all Kenilworth households on what I found, and among the responses, video he provided had me showing an anonymous envelope with a ripped mailer and the message I got from it. I won't get into the details of the abuse I have taken, but I do feel threatened and have installed a security camera at my home. And I don't want to say what stage of the process I'm at, but I'm basically gotten another protection. If within the time limit, I was going to append what happened at the council meeting at the end of the video comment, but I was told that it was not going to be shown here. I have sent 3 videos to the clerk of the board for the record, as much as that is possible. I realize what I say here has little impact beyond you knowing someone is watching, since you do what you are told. However, when there are legitimate questions, you try to answer them. I remember when I started coming, questions were never answered, and it is now both instructional and a relief. For example, I spoke against that stupid solar panel project, but it went ahead and the bonds defaulted, and now the UCIA has to come up with projects, maybe the Kenilworth Public Safety Building next, to pay off the defaulted bonds. But the point is, the project went ahead, but my disapproval of it on the record, which would have not been had you told me you were tired of hearing my BS a minute into my objections. I'm still paying for it, but I know I did all I could. That did not happen in Kenilworth. And for all the tolerance you show here, it buttresses arguments of right group that government is a cesspool of corruption where the little people have no voice. Now to my questions. I looked into accountants doing county budgets and what they made in campaign donations. And the first one I looked at was Suppley Clooney. But then I looked at the 2021 budgets and found they were no longer Union County auditors after what might have been 20 years. The video has me showing a list of 12 accounting firms and total contributions as reported on NJ Elec. What I found is that Bowman and Company does 4 counties and made about 1.2 million in donations, but it's hard to see if they contribute to counties they were auditing at the time. I'll do it eventually, but it would help to have this question answered. Are accountants doing municipal work either barred or limited in making campaign donations to those who hired or will hire them to do that work? I believe this may be so, since the $29,837 near the low end that Suppley Clooney accountants donated overall, they donated nothing since 2006 to Union County people. Following up on that, why was Suppley Clooney replaced, or was that part of the reason? Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks for reading that, Jim. I'm going to ask the county manager to address that. County Manager Oben, please.
Sure, Chairman. Thank you very much. And first, I want to thank the the constituent for the kind words about our process and how, hospitable we are. As for our audit or auditors, Supply Clooney is still part of our team, as is Wilcox and Associates. It's the auditors is based on a competitive process. As for donations, I really have no idea who donates what or where, but we have a competitive process and it's open to anybody to apply. And Supply is still part of our team.
Ed, thank you, and I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Chairman.
All right,